Hi everyone and welcome to Woodside Farm. Following on from yesterday's video, here is our silage or chaff, and I asked the question, can you use this as grass for the feed for the sheep? And basically I think the reaction I got back from that was no. So this is going to have to be used for the sole purpose of just feeding the cows and everything for silage rather than for the sheep. But that's not the end of the world, although we do have a lot of silage now and we can't sell it. But when that is compacted, we will blanket that over and we'll be able to use that. Now, today, I'm hoping to do some drilling. There are a number of fields which need to be done, but I think we'll probably only have time for one. Field number 41 in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, or of the mini-map there. That one needs to be done, and that is in a nice area of the map. That is probably, well, that section down there is my favourite area. But yeah, that is within that complex. So I want to drill that. It may well be canola because that is an expensive crop. But for that we're going to have to use the JCB, I think. Also, a number of people saying that I need to get a new tractor. And we do have quite a lot of tractors. But we do have two 6410s. Now I did consider, before recording this video, I did consider selling the one with the bigger tyres. But then that is quite a handy tractor. So I've decided against it, and also it's not worth that much, so that would probably be a bit of a stupid decision to make. The JCB can't be sold because this is our big workhorse, and the New Holland is a good runaround, so really we're not going to get rid of any tractors, we're going to have to just get another one. We may well rent one, as that is cheaper. Anyway, first of all, we'll move the baler out of the way. I also considered using the New Holland or the John Deere on this drill, but then again I've decided against that because I think they're just underpowered for the size of this. It would not look right, and I think in real life it wouldn't be able to do it anyway. So the JCB is having this job today. We'll go and fill it up from down the yard. Having said all that though, the John Deere 6410 row crop tyre tractor is going to have some work very soon because that is the spraying tractor, and this field will have to be sprayed. It's not impossible, but it is quite tricky reversing it down here. Now this is going to put us into negative figures with our bank balance, I would imagine. So we are going to have to fairly desperately get some more money. But we might as well fill it. There we go. And now I've got to make my way down to the field. And I've not been to field number 41 before, so I'm not 100% sure on how to get to it through the yard. We'll have to see when we get there. Field number 1 and 2 on our left need to be done at some point. Basically there is a lot of drilling which has to be done. Anyway, I need to concentrate now. Where do we go? Which is the way into that field? So on the left from here. That could be up there. Now that's going to be a bit of an issue actually. If it is, we're going to have to turn around. We'll never get round there. hope it is up here. It's looking that way. This is a field which isn't even marked as ours, but it must be. And this is a good one for doing some hay baling in. Right, so there is the field. And there is the gate. Wow, it's a steeper one than I was imagining. You see on the mini-map it looks flat. Clearly not. But even this, a field which on the mini-map shows up as quite small, is actually pretty big. Anyway, this wants to be canola, I think. It's a good crop to do. I've got access to field number 42 there as well. Use my ridge marker. It's not doing much. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's a very steep field. Should be fun when it comes to harvesting. Getting on well. We should have time to do field number 42 as well, and then we'll come back and spray it with John Deere. I think the sprayer is virtually full, so we shouldn't have to buy anything else, which is nice. I don't think we used it all. We just finished off field number 13, I think it was, because we didn't have enough of the liquid manure for the injector. Field seems to be creating a little bit of lag, not too much. There are certain areas which do. Seems to be around this yard which does, but it's really not too bad. I mean, I've still got 48 frames per second. It just drops sometimes to about 15. Virtually done, and we'll just finish off the headlands and do field number 42. Just neaten things up here. And we're done. Yeah, you definitely need the extra horsepower, especially on a field like this, just to pull it up. Pull it up the hill. Okay, so right, is that finished? I don't think we'll fit through the gate unless we fold it up. Although actually, it's not a gate, so we might have done. This field though, this could be a good field to bale. So we'll do this one as, well, what price is better at the moment? Let's just see. Wheat or barley? Very similar, barley slightly more. That could change. This is definitely a larger field. The thing I like about the sprayer is I find it easier to... I've got that. Yeah, I got someone told me about that. It does that with some. Yeah, I think someone got the boundaries wrong. But yeah, the thing about the sprayer, as I was trying to say, what was I going to say? I've forgotten what I was going to say now. Oh yes, I find it easier to keep straight, keep it in a straight line when working, rather than the fertilizer spreader, which I sort of swerve around a lot. I don't do a very good job with the fertilizer spreader. I don't think we're going to be able to do all of this field because it seems to be, well, that edge over there doesn't think is ours. Hopefully the rest of it's not like that. Looks as though we might have to just put a line down there and keep it separate, unfortunately. But if there is no problem with the rest of the field, then we've still got a pretty good sized field here. Just looks a bit of a mess where it suddenly stopped. I'll try and neaten it up the best I can. Try and keep it as discreet as possible. Right, I've neatened up the other side as best as I can. It just keeps flashing up with the you do not own this field thing, so there were some areas I couldn't really do. But there's a fairly sharp line there dividing it. When it's grown it will look much better. And then the final bit, and then we'll turn it off and go and get the sprayer. It's actually only used so far 26% of the seed. which means we probably could have actually kept some of that money in our bank account. But it's still there for the next field we do. And I think that is fairly neat. We'll drive back, put this away, and get the John Deere. But yeah, this field here, it doesn't have any animals in it, so I do think it is a good one to do some hay baling with. Probably next week. Okay, I can go there, and now just try and find that 6410. Here it is. Yeah, it's got 85% in it, that's fine. Quite a heavy sprayer on the back, but this will make short work of spraying those fields. Okay then, I'm not too sure what the exact reach of this thing is, probably overestimating it there. But yeah, definitely prefer this over the fertilizer spreader. The boom is actually touching the floor. I don't think there's a way of adjusting it. No, I don't think you can lift it up. It's just a little bit too low. It's right there. Yeah, that's okay. Right, field number 42. I think this field will be easier, it's longer and you don't have to turn as much. think with spraying it's actually easier inside the cab. You get a lower view and you can see the boundary better. I prefer it this way anyway. Although I still am missing there. Right, just go back down and up again, and that'll be field number 42 complete as well. All done. We'll fold it up, take it back to the yard, and that'll be today's work. 2 fields drilled and 2 fields sprayed, and they can be probably our next ones to harvest. But I do want to do more. Field number 1 and 2 need to be redone. They're probably actually a very similar size to this one, to those two. Yeah, I'm not sure why the fertiliser spreader is tipped over. That must have happened when starting the game. I suppose it spawned badly. Anyway, there we go. We've done those 2 fields, all complete, and they should grow very soon. So thanks very much everyone. I'm not sure what we'll be doing tomorrow considering the bank balance we have, but we will see. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.